Welcome back, travelers, to Legendary Lore, where today we're going to be going over the Obscura. Now, the Obscura are the blue, black, white, Esper-aligned group, and similar to how we just went over the Jund group of the Riveteers, who were originally artisans, we have the Obscura, who started off as wizards, just like general wizards that could do stuff that were wizardly. And in the new Capenna, they've become basically fortune tellers, spies, just general people that control information. And that's really their entire shtick, is because remember, Rafine wanted to be the one that was part of like this massive prophecy. And even now, she sees these visions of basically an apocalypse for New Capenna. So we have all that happening, and she winds up seeing those weird things happening and basically guides everyone. The entirety of the city is supposed to be under Rafine's control, where she's able to make sure only certain people know certain information, using rumors, using blackmail, grifting, laundering, all the different things needed in order to be able to keep everybody in check. That's Rafine's whole style. And they're mostly in the middle section, in the Mezio. While they do have people in both sides, they have to have obviously their ear to the ground with the Chaldea, and they need to be able to keep track of the big fish up in the Park Heights. But overall, they tend to be in the Mezio area, so they can manipulate just generally everyone around them. And the main thing is that they have a place in the Mezio called the Cloud Spire, and that's where Rafine likes to roost from time to time. And so basically it's there that you have all of those characters. Now, similar to how we had very paltry actual story behind the other in Riveteers, instead of having a bunch of characters that don't have much story, we have 6 characters, which is one of the least that we have out of this group, that don't really have anything beyond just their stories. So most of them we've actually already met story-wise. We had Camise. Camise was the spy detective, basically, that was trying to figure out those visions earlier with the kittens splashing in the milk. And then Kesa was, of course, her sidekick, the one that was working with her. They've also had a guy on the inside named Oscar, who was finding all the stuff by dumpster diving. That was his whole deal. And then we have Tivit, who is a other low-ranking Sphinx. That was the one whose shop exploded earlier in the story. So that's already 4 out of the 6 legends that are here, and we already know Rafine. That leaves only Toulouse. Toulouse, of course, being the clever conductor that basically was going to be working with the maestros. Well, not working with the maestros, but working with Angelo in this his story. So that's actually the 6 legends of this particular episode. We already covered all there is to know about the Obscura. Kesa is a cephalid, and that's her entire shtick. She likes being a member of the Obscura. There's no big secrets really. We look more into Oscar's character. It says that it doesn't matter how secure a building is, there's always 2 ways to get information, and it talks about how he says through the plumbing or through the trash. So we get a little bit more of an idea, like this guy's a dumpster diver and basically a sewage swimmer, and he uses a bunch of rats to be able to get his information, which is kind of interesting. If you were to use his character like as a commander, you can have a focus on not only the whole idea of milling yourself, but also using a bunch of rats to your disposal. And there's the whole idea that he basically gives everything in your hand madness, since whenever you discard an online card, you can cast it from the graveyard. So yeah, he's a weird guy, but he's cool. He's cool like that. And then of course we have the whole idea of Camise being the character that she is, and how she started off as a journalist, and then she stopped being a journalist because she joined the Obscura, because she realized that if somebody was going to be messing with the stories, it might as well be her. But yeah, that's the Obscura as it is. That's their whole storyline. Like I said before, very, very sparse lore for each of these characters, but I figured it was worth actually just giving these little snippets of each of these things. It's a bit more to digest. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next time, travel well.